This PowerPoint is an overview of the Handle with Care initiative, along with training that each stakeholder will follow in order to implement Handle with Care in Eaton County. Handle with Care was piloted in an urban elementary school in West Virginia. This elementary school was ranked 398 out of 400 elementary schools in West Virginia for poor performance. 93% of the students come from low-income families and reside in high drug and violent crime areas. There is a real and increasing problem in the United States. In a recent national survey of the incidence and prevalence of children's exposure to violence and trauma, revealed that 60% of American children have been exposed to violence, crime, and abuse. 40% of the children in the United States were direct victims of 2 or more violent acts. What is trauma? Trauma is a response to a stressful event. It dramatically undermines one's ability to cope. Trauma can lead to a cascade of social, emotional, and academic difficulties. It can lead to physical and psychological disorders. Trauma is underreported and underdiagnosed. It is often misinterpreted and assigned as symptoms of disorders. Disorders such as depression, ADHD, oppositional defiant disorder, conduct disorder, attachment disorder, and others. Trauma causes truancy, violent behaviors, drug use, and involvement with crime. There are many types of trauma. Some sources are physical, emotional, and sexual abuse, witness of a parent being abused, parental substance abuse or mental health issues, parents currently incarcerated or a pattern of being in and out of incarceration, bullying, homelessness, exposure to invasive medical issues or procedures, living in a home with someone that has trauma through combat, being removed from parental care, multiple placements, home fires, exposure to family being taken by ambulance, natural disasters, and severe car accidents. The Handle with Care concept. How can we identify more students that have had a traumatic experience and be sensitive to help schools keep children safe and supported? Why Handle with Care? Handle with Care promotes safe and supportive homes, schools, and communities that protect children and help traumatized children heal and thrive. Handle with Care promotes school community partnerships aimed at ensuring that children who are exposed to trauma in their home, school, or community receive appropriate interventions to help them achieve academically at their highest levels despite whatever traumatic experiences they may have endured. Handle with Care is a program aimed at ensuring that children who are exposed to trauma receive appropriate interventions so that they can succeed in school to the best of their ability. It is a collaborative approach to assist teachers and administrators in understanding why when children's behaviors and demeanors show noted changes. What is the Handle with Care intervention? Children are identified at any scene. Schools are notified before school starts the next day, and we all handle the child with care and respond in trauma-sensitive ways. Who is needed to carry out the Eaton County Handle with Care initiative? We need frontline agencies and entities, including fire, law enforcement, and EMS, school districts, and supporting community agencies as needed, such as community mental health and Highfields. What is the role of first responders? Handle with Care provides the school with a heads up when a child has been identified at the scene of a traumatic event. The traumatic event could be one of many, like a drug overdose, domestic violence situation, a shooting, witness of a crime, a fire, a motor vehicle accident, or one of the many previously listed. First responders are being trained to identify children at the scene, find out where they go to school, and send the school a confidential communication via email that simply says, Handle with Care, and the child's name, That's it. No other details or information will be provided to the schools. What is the role of the school district? The specific school that the student attends will receive a notice of a Handle with Care student. If the student exhibits behavior or emotional problems in or outside of the classroom, the teacher will implement trauma-sensitive interventions and/or refer the student to the counselor. Ideally, teachers and counselors will be trained about the impact of trauma on learning and will incorporate interventions to mitigate the negative impact of trauma for identified students. Interventions may include such things as reteaching lessons, postponing a testing, small group counseling by school counselors, and, as needed, referrals to counseling, social services, or an advocacy program. The Handle with Care process. Here is the Handle with Care flow. First responders. When a child is exposed to violence or trauma, a first responder will send a Handle with Care notice to the appropriate school contact. Identified school personnel. They will ensure that the Handle with Care notice is disseminated to the persons identified as supports for the child. Teachers and counselors. They will observe the child's mood, behaviors, academic achievement, and utilize trauma-sensitive techniques as needed. They will refer the child to other supports and work with families to obtain mental health assessments. The Handle with Care form is available electronically. All first responders will have an electronic version of the Handle with Care form. The Eaton County Prosecutor's webpage is one place that the form is available electronically. All Eaton County first responders will also make the form accessible within their agency. First responders will email completed forms to the appropriate school. What information is needed to complete the Handle with Care form? 2 questions need to be asked: the child's name and what school does the child attend. That is all that is needed to complete the Handle with Care form. Each school district has created an email address that is hwc@ and then the school's tagline. The entire list of email addresses have been made available to each first responder's department. The list will be updated frequently and kept current. Follow-up regarding the Eaton County Handle with Care initiative. There will be monthly checks with all schools involved with Handle with Care. We will assess communication points, obtain information about how schools manage the notices, determine how many of the Handle with Care youth were assessed to need a mental health referral, determine whether additional training on trauma or resilience is needed. Full Handle with Care assessment and functioning will be continuous. Thank you to all first responders, school personnel, and mental health professionals. On your screen are the phone numbers and email addresses for Amanda Birch and Lisa Underhill. Please feel free to contact either one if you have any questions or need further clarification.